Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to video number 70 on the Valenza Plumbing and Heating YouTube channel. On the to-do list for today is to work on a commercial air over water pressure tank system, including 2 domestic cold water check valves, butterfly valves, companion flanges, and 2 stainless steel expansion joints. Once I assess the job and make a materials list for it, we can check on the pricing and availability for each and every one of the parts. A couple of these parts had to be made from scratch to the dimensions that I specified, and pretty much every other part had to be ordered from a central distribution center because they were not in stock at our local supply house. In this case, the approximately 3-week wait time wasn't a big deal for us or the school because we have redundancy here in the boiler room, which you'll see in a second. We were able to valve off the leaking pump and isolate it from the system so that the second pump could pick up the slack and do the job instead. This building is 4 stories tall, and the incoming water pressure from the city water main is not adequate enough to make it up to the 3rd or 4th floor with sufficient pressure. Because of this, the engineer designed a water pressure booster system of sorts. This is an air over water pressure tank. These 2 large pumps are epoxy coated on the inside to give them potable water ratings. One or both pumps turn on or off based on the operating level of the float switch inside the pressure vessel. Once there is sufficient volume of water inside the tank, a 2-stage air compressor will feed compressed air into the void below the top of the tank and above the surface of the water at 50 psi. The stored volume of water now has enough pressure to reach the 3rd and 4th floor, and this process will repeat itself until the demand stops. Okay, so we're dealing with an older style air over water pressure tank. Basically what that means is exactly as the name implies. Water is from here down, air is from here up. We have a speed air 2-stage air compressor over there that actually fills the top portion of the tank with air, which pressurizes the water below and forces that large volume of stored water up through the domestic cold water piping and to the rest of the building. So at the bottom of the tank here, we're hearing the air spit out of my hose, which means the vessel is completely empty. We're just waiting for the little bit of water left in the bottom of the piping here and whatever is remaining coming back from the building to exit into the sump pit. And then we can change our outgoing valve first, shut that off, and then from there we're gonna pivot and start working on the feed pumps. It didn't do very good.
Be careful with the other support.
Yeah. This, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm doing this one first.
This side?
Yep. Just do like one. Like, you can do.
I'm just gonna get them snug. Just closer to the flange.
I got the last bolt. gross.
Going into vacuum first.
Now that the old check valves and isolation butterflies are removed, we can start to fit up the new parts. Butterfly valves are generally tapped, and all other companion flange connections are generally not. I needed to through bolt the top two connections for both check valves because the head of the bolt would not fit next to the body of the check valve. So because of this, I downsized to 1/2-inch rod as opposed to the 5/8 bolts that come with the gasket kit. This ended up working out just right. Everything snugged up fine, and 1/2-inch threaded rod is plenty strong enough to hold these two pieces together. We're using our laser line here to make sure the assembly is plumb and level. We're getting our horizontal measurement first. Once we get that, we'll insert the 90 onto the piece of pipe, holding it up against the laser again to get our accurate vertical drop measurement.
Let me know when.
Right there.
All right. 5 7/8.
I can push it a little bit too on top.
What's happening? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Those 4-inch brass Y strainers weigh about 40 pounds apiece, so that's 80 pounds putting downward force on those 4-inch copper ProPress fittings. You can rotate the fittings on the pipe if you try hard enough, and in addition to that, that 80 pounds is also putting downward pressure on those stainless steel expansion joints. All that weight free floating on those sensitive joints I think is going to lead to premature failure, so we're running a unistrut brace underneath a couple of the flanges to help support that. A little bit of play side to side, up and down, in and out is okay, but constant force on all that stuff is bad, and I think this brace will help that out in the future. We are using the plumb line on the laser to nail the placement of the SAMIs in the concrete as well as the unistrut on the flanges. We're drilling this out with a 1/4-inch SDS bit, and then we're using an impact driver with a socket to send the SAMIs home into the concrete slab. Now that the repairs are complete, we can turn the water back on to the building. It is imperative that you turn the water on very slowly in a situation like this. This building is very old. There's old piping located throughout the building, and if you rip this valve open at Mach speed, it'll be like a rocket ship going through those pipes, and you can and will blow fittings out. Before we open up the valves to the building, we're going to blow down the Y strainers to try to get any debris out there that may have been stuck in the piping or in the strainer itself. And when the water runs clear, we can slowly open the new butterfly valves to get water going through the feed pumps and into the vessel. And that is it. The project is complete. All in all, this took us a little bit less than a full day. Part of the scope of work was to walk through the entire building, which houses numerous dorms, to make sure all of the fixtures are working. Flushometer toilets are notoriously bad at getting debris stuck in the diaphragm and sticking open, so we checked all of those to make sure they were working and fixed any of them if they were not. All in all, this job was a success. It went according to plan, and I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end and watching our videos. Take care.